Hello friends, are you ready for breakfast? Because I've got 3 delicious vegan high protein breakfasts to serve you today. We are going to be making a delicious high protein smoothie with no powders, some fluffy oatmeal pancakes, and vegan egg white omelet, which is my favorite because it's savory and I am a savory girl for sure. I put together these recipes and more in a free downloadable PDF. The link to download is in the description box, so don't miss that. All these recipes and more to help you along your vegan journey. People always want to know, where do vegans get their protein? And I get it, because it seems like only protein comes from animals, but that's not true. Plants have plenty of protein as well, and it's really easy to eat enough protein on a vegan diet. But remember, the most important meal of the day is breakfast, and it's very, very important to make sure you have a healthy breakfast, and it's even more important to make sure that that healthy breakfast is full of protein. That way you will be fuller for longer and have more energy throughout the day. Before we jump into the recipes, please take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's start with the pancakes. We are doing it all in the blender. Every ingredient is going in the blender. First step is to make the flax egg. We're gonna mix 1 tablespoon of flaxseed with 2 tablespoons of water. Give it a little stir, and we're gonna let that sit and thicken up for about 5 minutes. For our ingredients, we're gonna be using some oats, soy milk, vegan Greek yogurt, make sure to buy unsweetened, a little apple cider vinegar, a little bit of sugar. We've got cinnamon, baking powder and salt, flaxseed, and vanilla extract. All right, so you're gonna add all your ingredients to your blender, and then you're gonna turn that bad boy on and blend it until it is nice and smooth and creamy. Yes, this batter is actually pretty thick, and it's gonna thicken up a little bit more between frying batches. So keep in mind, you might wanna add a little bit more liquid to it before your second batch of frying. So now that your batter is nice and smooth, you can start to fry your pancakes. Melt about 1 tablespoon of vegan butter in a large non-stick pan. Then add your pancake batter directly to the pan, making sure it's quite hot. The hotter, the better, but not too hot because you don't want it to burn. Medium high is perfect. You're gonna fry your pancakes on each side for about 3 minutes until they are golden brown and a little bit crispy along the edges.
I don't want fake one. Boys only do this.
Do they?
No, they.
Oh, they don't. Oh, they do that. They don't do the extra. I see. Girls do. Girls have extra flair, huh?
Yes.
Go girl. Go girl.
Why don't we do this?
I like that.
Better.
That's pretty cool. You can make these pancakes as big or as little as you want. That is totally up to you. Transfer your cooked pancakes to a plate and serve with fresh chopped fruit. And I like to top mine with blueberries mixed with maple syrup. There's very little maple syrup in here, but the blueberries, which were frozen, give it more liquid. It makes it sweeter, and I can use less sugar. It's delicious. One of my favorite ways to top pancakes. They are nutritious and they are full of protein. They're fluffy and hearty, and Baby J loves them, which is a good sign, meaning all your kids will probably love them too. I think these are a great way to start the day, especially because you can make them quickly in the blender and you don't have to dirty up a lot of different bowls. That's always a plus in my book, especially when it comes to weekday breakfast. Now it's time to get into this vegan egg white omelet. I am obsessed with this recipe for good reason. I think you will be too. For the omelet, we're gonna start by chopping our vegetables because we're gonna saute those while we are working on the omelet. For this part of the recipe, we are going to be using chickpeas. Really, we're going to be using the liquid from a can of chickpeas, which is called aquafaba. Pour that into a bowl, and aquafaba is going to serve as our egg white. We're going to use this mixer to whip the aquafaba just like you would egg whites to make them nice and fluffy. Now that our aquafaba is nice and thick and foamy, and by the way, aquafaba, when you add powdered sugar to it, you can make meringues. And aquafaba, you can also add in baking, but it's not gonna have those stiff peaks without adding something else to make it expand. So, but it's still gonna be nice and foamy, and it's still gonna add lots of body to our egg white omelet. But the main ingredient for the omelet is here we go, the tofu. We're gonna be using firm tofu here. All we're gonna do is put the tofu in the food processor. I like using the firm tofu for this because it's gonna be nice and light. It's not gonna be too firm, basically. We're gonna blend it up until it's nice and creamy. So we don't want it firm anyway. Nutritional yeast. Just gonna do a little bit of turmeric. I'm gonna add more turmeric to our vegetables to give it even more, anti-inflammatory, all that good stuff, benefits that come with turmeric. And our black salt. This stuff is so stinky, but it is tasty. Very good when you need to replace the flavor of eggs. We're gonna start by blending our tofu. Once that's nice and creamy, then we can mix it with those eggy whiteys, the aquafaba. Once you have a nice, creamy, smooth batter, it's time to cook your omelet. First things first, we're gonna spray some nonstick oil spray onto our nonstick pan. I know this is a nonstick pan, but we gotta make extra sure that it doesn't stick. Once your pan is nice and hot, medium high, pour your batter straight into the middle of the pan, just like you would a pancake. To eggy up the edges, I'm just gonna take the spatula and press in the edges. You gotta do this once your omelet has already started to cook through and is starting to hold together. Cook the tofu omelet for 20 to 25 minutes until the top is dried out. Then cover and cook for another 5 minutes. Use a spatula to carefully lift the omelet from the pan. Add the cooked veggies to one side of the omelet and then use your spatula again to fold it carefully in half. Transfer to a serving plate and enjoy. I admit this omelet is the dish I've been waiting for, most looking forward to, because like I said before, I'm a savory girl. I like a savory breakfast. I also like a savory breakfast because you can enjoy it all day long. So if I don't feel like cooking lunch or dinner, I'll eat this again, and it's just as delicious and healthy. I love that it has that nice outer, like golden brown crispiness, and it's nice and fluffy and light on the inside. I never like real eggs, but tofu, I can get behind that. The easiest way to bulk up your breakfast is to simply bulk up your smoothie. This can be done by adding beans, seeds, almond butter, any other nut butters to your blender. You can even add oats, but I don't really like adding raw oats to my smoothie, but that's a great option. Today, I'm gonna show you how to add chickpeas. So this is easy, it's a smoothie. We've all made smoothies before. Just put all your ingredients in here and blend it up. For the liquid, I'm gonna be using an orange and a little bit of water. Now for the orange, I don't do orange juice, I use a full orange. I don't use orange juice because most of the fiber is removed. Instead, simply cut the skin off of an orange and put that right into your blender. Chickpeas have a really neutral flavor, which will blend well with the fruit and the spinach that I'm also adding to this smoothie. I'm also gonna add hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are a wonderful source of complete protein and omega-3 fatty acids. All these ingredients are full of protein, but they're also full of fiber. Fiber is essential for healthy digestion, healthy blood sugar levels, and just overall keeping you fuller for longer. It's actually delicious. Mostly I taste the hemp seeds. They have a very strong flavor, very nutty, earthy, but I kind of a little bit taste the beans, just like a tiny bit. But it's very fruity. It's like a regular green smoothie, though it is totally purple. I couldn't help myself. I have to add blueberries. I love them. But otherwise, yeah, it's delicious, very filling. Did you know that you should chew your smoothies? Chewing helps to activate your digestive system, letting your body know that it is time to digest some food. If you just slurp up your smoothie and bypass the saliva, which is the first step of digestion, then you're not gonna digest and take advantage of all the nutrients that you could. So I take a sip, and then I'll go. chew my smoothie. I'm gonna be even healthier now. Cheers. I hope these recipes gave you plenty ideas and inspiration for eating a healthy vegan breakfast every morning. I admit, most mornings, I don't even eat breakfast. I mean, I do, but it's a smoothie. This green smoothie that I shared with you. It's so much simpler to just make a smoothie. But on the weekends, when I have a little extra time, me and baby Jay, I like to make the pancakes or the egg white omelet. I love a savory breakfast, so honestly, that is something that I lean towards even more. Let me know what you thought about these recipes, and if you have any other great tips for vegan, healthy, high protein breakfast, leave those in the comment section below as well. Remember, you can find all these recipes in the downloadable PDF guide, which is totally free. There's a link to download in the description box down below. Join me here on YouTube next week because I am going to be sharing my must-have kitchen tools to make your vegan or healthy or plant-based lifestyle so much easier. Tune in, remember to subscribe so you don't miss that video, and I'll see you next week. Bye.